Joe McDonough back here again with CagesidePress.com. I'm joined by Christos Giagos. Christos, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. Just coming off of a weekend of getting married, so doing good. Feeling happy.
Congratulations. Great congratulations. And this leads me to a question that I don't know if I've ever asked a fighter. When you get married in the middle of a camp, I mean, can you eat the cake? Can you eat? I mean, how did that work? I mean, did you have to schedule it so as to, like, vegetables and everything?
Well, no. I ate what I wanted. My weight's pretty good. I never really have to worry about my weight too bad. I stay at a good weight throughout all of camp and don't really have to start cutting until like the last 2 weeks ish. So it was good. And plus, it wasn't a huge wedding. We just got eloped because of COVID. So we wanted to keep our date. So the big one's gonna be in October.
Awesome, and congratulations on that, man. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Take us back. Last fight was in December. You took it on, I believe, 3 days notice. I mean, less than a week, I know, but I'm pretty sure it was 3 days. Talk to me about, insane. Talk to me about not only getting that win, but also now to have the full camp and be able to actually prepare for a certain opponent, and not step in on 3 days notice.
It feels good. I feel like there's a little bit more anxiety you carry on you when you have a full camp. You got to think about it a lot more, which I'm totally cool with. But I'm glad I had the time to properly prepare for it. Thankfully, last fight, I took it because I thought I matched up well stylistically, and this fight, tough dude, tough opponent. I'm more than happy to have a full camp with them. Definitely fine tuning some things that goes against his style. He's a little taller, hard to hit in his head. So just a couple things I get to really focus on, and I get a lot of time to keep drilling them as well.
In 2020, we only saw you the one time on 3 days notice. You were scheduled another time that fell through. Take me through your 2020, because I feel like it's been different for everyone. Every fighter has their own story about 2020. So tell us about yours.
Well, I was scheduled to fight in April, but I had to pull out of that fight, not because of COVID, even though that fight would have got pulled either way.
Exactly.
But I pulled out before the whole COVID situation because I herniated one of my discs in my neck, and I had to get a disc replacement. So I had surgery literally the 2 days before the world went on lockdown.
Oh, geez. So, good timing, at least.
Yeah. So I didn't get to have to miss too much, but I mean, the UFC was like, "Yo, the show must go on." So they started booking fights not too long after, and but I was just still healing, and by September, October-ish, I was like, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to look for a fight. I wanted to fight in October, November. Nothing was sticking, nothing was happening, and then but I was staying in shape. I was getting ready. I wanted to if I had to take a short notice fight, let's do it. I didn't expect a 3-day notice call, but I looked up the guy and I was like, all right, I can't pass this up. You miss 100% of the chances you don't take. So I was like, let's go. I wanted to fight. I got what I asked for. Little shorter than I wanted, but it was a roller coaster. It was the first time I went a year without fighting because of the surgery. It was a little bit of a recovery, a lot of ups and downs, but I'm here now, and I feel like I'm off to better circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that one thing when I've talked to fighters and coaches about 2020 is the recurring theme is stay ready. And a 3-day notice fight is that exactly amplified. But how important was it in 2020 to kind of stay ready? Because a lot of people, even with full camps, didn't know if their opponent was going to be their opponent on fight night.
Yeah. So that's why my manager told me to get ready. He said people are pulling out left and right. An opportunity will come up. He said, let's do this rather than look for a full camp, because I wasn't getting no luck with the full camp at the time. So I was like, all right, I'll take a 2-3 week notice fight. Let's go. So I started training like I was in camp. I got into long distance running finally, running 10, 13 miles at a time. And I got my times pretty good. So my cardio base is really good. I was doing some grappling. I was in the mix of finding a striking coach, so I wasn't doing too much striking, and the cardio you get from going from grappling to striking, I didn't get that at all. So I had a good grappling cardio, but every time I stood back on my feet, I felt like my arms are super heavy. So I was like, crap. It's hard to strike right now. So
yeah,
I definitely had to stick to the game plan I originally had, but I'm getting a lot more of that MMA sparring now with the striking and grappling. So I feel like I'm just on a whole new level now.
Mm-hmm. And UFC 262, you'll face Joel Alvarez. He's on a 3-fight win streak. I believe 2 of those were submissions. His last fight was Gaethje Khabib, first round submission. Tell me what you're expecting most from him, in given the full camp. And do you almost feel that you're being a little overlooked because of the hype that surrounds his name?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm overlooked. I've definitely fought way harder competition. I fought Charles, Josh Emmett, Gilbert Burns. I've stood in there with the best in the world and did well. And I feel like he hasn't really, not that he hasn't fought nobody. Obviously, he fought guys in the UFC, but
yep.
I haven't seen him fight any huge names. Any big names besides Joe Duffy, which is like, I feel like Joe Duffy gave him that fight by diving in. I think he's good. He's good. He's a well-rounded fighter. Good jiu-jitsu, good striking. I don't see him go for too many takedowns. I think he's good off his back, so he catches people that take him down. Not saying I'm not going to take him down because I might. I got good jiu-jitsu, but I'm ready to stand and strike with them to test them out. I feel like this is going to be a great fight. I think stylistically it's good. We're both 3-1 in our last 4 fights, so I think we're gonna have a fun fight on our hands. You know what I mean? I definitely think though I'm being a little overlooked for sure, and I'm excited I get to show the world what I'm capable of.
And whenever I talk to fighters that are in a way being overlooked or coming in as an underdog, most of them love it. Most of them love that underdog role. Is that something that you enjoy?
I love being an underdog. I love proving people wrong. That's one of my favorite joys. I love people that underestimate me because I know what I'm capable of. A lot of my close friends and family know what I'm capable of. Now it's just the world has to see what I'm capable of, and that's what I'm ready to prove.
And tell me about competing on UFC 262, lightweight belt on the line, the vacant belt. Very, very big card. You've competed on one other pay-per-view, I believe it was Cormier Miocic 2. Tell me about competing on a pay-per-view rather than a fight night. I mean, is there any added anxiety?
No, not at all. It's just another fight. I'm actually excited that I get some fans. This is my 3rd pay-per-view event, actually. This is my 2nd one with Nate Diaz. I fought in the last one with Nate Diaz when he fought Anthony Pettis. Not the last one, but the one before that. And it's exciting. It was one of my best. Well, again, the most fans. I wouldn't say best performances, but I was doing very, very well. It was a close fight. I've had people think I won that fight, but it's all good. But yeah, it just I like the fans, I like the crowd. It makes me show up. I show up every single time, whether I win or lose. And it's cool that Charles is fighting for the title. I got to share the octagon with Charles. That was a fun time.
Yep.
So I'm very stoked to be on this card. I'm very stoked that it's a full stadium, and I love feeding off the energy of the crowd. So yeah.
And you competed once in the empty crowd, and now I think I speak for all of us fans, and as you said, fighters are pumped to see the crowd come back. What was it like to compete, in the empty arena?
It was kind of nice in a way. Like it feels like a hard training session. You can hear your coaches a lot more. So it wasn't bad, but like I obviously prefer a crowd. But I'll take whatever I can get. To be honest, I just like. You have to adapt to every circumstance. I've fought in all kinds of cases, so I fought all over the world. I just got to show up. I just like to show up, and whatever is in front of me, you got to deal with it no matter what. I hate making excuses about things. I just you never can choose the outcome. So I just like to show up, and whatever the case is, if I can prefer something, I obviously prefer a nice big crowd cheering for me, but you don't always get that sometimes. So yeah.
Well, a fight is a fight, and we'll see you there on UFC 262. Tell me about the nickname, the Spartan. I mean, I'm a history nerd. Ancient Greece is one of my favorite things. Sparta is like one of the most interesting things in the world to learn about. I mean, tell me what had you choose the Spartan?
I actually got that nickname with my wrestling team. When I wrestled in high school, all the wrestlers had nicknames for each other, and we weren't allowed to pick our own names. But since
Yeah.
I was like the only Greek guy on the team, someone said, "Hey, you can be the Spartan," and I was like, "Dude, that's freaking awesome! Hell yeah, I love that name." So it kind of just stuck with me since then, since my high school wrestling days.
Well, I love it. I'm a big fan. Last one for me. Do you have a prediction for us on fight night?
For me?
Yeah.
For my fight? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to try to put him away, TKO by the second round.
Awesome, man. Well, we're all looking forward to it. Christos, thank you for the time, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.